What is your name? What do you bring?
Yeah.
I think that I got what you need and I'm with it and do anything that you please. I'm trying to get down to the...
Hey y'all, it's Mackenzie if you don't already know, and I'm back with another video. I know it's been a while, but I'm back. It's summertime, school over with, and yeah, it's time to get into grind mode. So, without further ado, let's continue to the video. If you don't already know by the title, today's video will be 10 things that you need to know before you go to college. So, I have them written down on paper, and yeah, I just finished my freshman year at Morgan State, and yeah, I got some things to say and some do's and don'ts and just some tips to help your freshman year go more smooth. Okay, so the first thing that I have on my list on what you need to know before you come to college is to focus on your schoolwork. And like, you don't have to be at every function. Like, when you first come to college, like, it be tempting. You want to go to every party, every turn up, every event, and it's like, yeah, it's cool and all, but it's gonna get old and tired. They're gonna play the same song. It's gonna be the same people, the same DJs. It's gonna be the same. So it's like, ain't nothing wrong with attending them, but make sure that you focus on your school first and foremost. Make sure all your work is done before you go out to a party so that you can have fun. But it's gonna be a party at least. Like at Morgan, we had at least 2 parties every week. At least one every week. There was gonna be at least 1 to 2 parties every single week. So I just feel like you always have an opportunity to go out. It's always gonna be an opportunity to have fun, but it might not always be an opportunity to save that grade. So yeah, stay focused on that school. Number 2, utilize your campus. There's so many like things on campus that you can do, and also places where you can sit at. Like, not so much my fall semester, but my spring semester, I really like to go to the library or go to the caf or just sit somewhere else besides my room. Like, if you really actually look, most of the times on campus there are going to be little like sitting areas, and I feel like sometimes you just need to utilize those spaces so that you're not always in the same routine and you can kind of switch up your day. And also utilize the resources. Like, if you're failing or you need a tutor, there's always going to be a tutor. There's always a way to get some help on campus. So I say just utilize your resources because it's there, you paying for it. Okay, number 3. So when you come to college, the culture will be like, you need to be involved in everything, and you need to be in a club or you need to be a part of something. I feel like as a freshman, like, you don't always have to be into something. Like, there's nothing wrong with just doing your schoolwork and kicking it with friends, or doing your schoolwork and not being involved. Like, you're not less than the next person just because you're not in a certain club or you're not on this team or that team. Like, there's nothing wrong with literally just relaxing. I feel like your freshman year is really just to get the hang of college, because it's definitely a big difference from coming from high school to college. So I feel like your freshman year really is mostly for learning how to be your own company, be by yourself, and yeah, and I don't think, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with joining clubs and stuff like that as a freshman. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's also nothing wrong with just not doing anything your freshman year. That's a-okay. Number 4, make sure that you pick classes between the times of 11 to 3. 11 in the morning to 3 p.m. 9 a.m. classes and 8 a.m. classes are not the moves. You do not want to get up at no 9 o'clock. And just because you can do it the first week of school doesn't mean that you can do it the 10th week of school. It's going to become draining, and it's really going to, I mean, unless you're a morning person. If you're a morning person, hey, get up at 8 and 9 and get your day started. But for most people, they have a hard time attending 9 a.m.s. And it can be very draining. Very much like you don't want to go to class. So I feel like you really need to self-evaluate and see, like, am I a morning person? Am I really going to be able to get up? Because you can say you want to do something all day long, but it'd be easier said than done. So I say just pick classes 11 to 3, and the latest class needs to be like 3, because yeah, you don't want to be in class in the evening time. Like, I had a class on Wednesdays that was at 5:30 and it ended at 8, and it's like during the winter time, it's like you don't want to be out late at night walking from a class by yourself, because most people are already done for the day. So just pick your classes wisely if you have the option to. And what else did I have to say about classes? Oh, and also, if you have the opportunity to pick your own classes, please do rate my professor. People will rate the professors and give honest reviews, and I feel like when I did rate my professor for my teachers, I ended up with good teachers, and I picked them accordingly, because I don't want a teacher that has bad ratings or they give too much homework, or they'll tell you if they give too much homework, if it's easy to pass, if they're hard on attendance. Like, I feel like you should always do rate my professor first and foremost when you're making your schedule for the semester. Number 5 is to eat at the caf. Yes, it's very tempting, and yes, the caf is going to get old. It's going to be the same 6-7 options every day: pizza, a burger, a sandwich. It's going to be the same options. However, it will be easier on your pockets if you just eat at the caf. Like, it is okay to eat at the caf more than once a day. And I learned that the hard way, because DoorDash and me were like this. It's just like, nobody wants to keep eating at the caf or keep eating Chick-fil-A on campus. Like, I just say thug it out for a little bit, or just have a set budget just for DoorDash or like eating out, so that you don't always spend tons and tons of money on eating out when it could be going towards other things, because college is expensive. Number 6, find a side hustle. I wish I had a side hustle, and I'm really looking into that, because I'm telling you, it's so many things out here that you can do that other people at college could benefit from. People are always going to need their hair done. People are going to need their lashes done, their nails done. They might want a photographer. They might want anything, literally, that you have a talent in, or that you feel like you could make money from. Find a side hustle and do it, because I feel like it's a good way to make money on the side and network with people, so that you can meet more people on campus, and also build your clientele if that's something that you're really serious about. Find a side hustle and make that money and get to the bag, because yeah, college is expensive, and having a side hustle will take some of that load off you. And yeah, that's like one thing that I recommend for everybody. Number 7 is, not everybody that you come across your freshman year in college or that you meet is going to be your friend. It's just how it is. Like, you're gonna get on campus and you might have one friend for this and one friend for that, and it's like you just have to move accordingly. You have to, of course, I'm not saying be standoffish. Like, it's okay to be friendly to people, but yeah, not everybody is your friend. Not everybody's gonna have your back. Not everybody has your best interests at heart. So you always have to be for yourself and be able to decide who's for you and against you. Because yeah, some people might not even be against you, and it's like you might call them a friend, but y'all really aren't friends in their book. Y'all just cool. So I feel like find your group of friends or your person and just stick with that person. And yeah, your friends will come, but even if your friends don't come, just don't try to force it with people who aren't trying to be your friend and don't have your best interests at heart. Number 8 is go to class. It is so tempting to sit in your dorm room on a Tuesday at 11 o'clock in the morning because you don't want to go to class. However, in college, the classes are so fast-paced and it's just so like every man for himself that, yeah, you can miss a class, but if you miss a class, you're missing a whole chapter and you're missing how to do this and you're missing how to do that. And yeah, I just feel like you need to go to class. Like, ain't nothing, I'm not saying you need to have perfect attendance and never miss class, but you need to be going to class more than you're missing class, because going to class is very important, because you can miss out on so much instructions and so much easy instructions if you just show up to class. Like in my English class, a lot of the things that we did in class, our teacher would answer for us in class, but some people who never came to class would never get the answer and never know what's going on because they never came. So I just recommend, like, please go to class, even when it's hard, even when you don't want to. Just try to always go. Just always try to go. And also, with the whole class thing, make sure that you connect with at least one person in your class, because it will really be beneficial to you when both of y'all are sitting there struggling on chapter 5 and nobody knows what's going on. You can have somebody that you can study with, talk to, get help from, and don't mind talking to your professors because they will help you too. But just have somebody, like a peer in your class, that you can go to and kind of vent with, because that will make the class easier. Because when it's just you and it's a hard class, it can feel like a lot. And sometimes, it's hard. But if you have other people in it and you connect with other people, not only can they help you in this class, but you never know. Like, half the time, people in your classes are going to be in your major. So, yeah, you never know what it can be, and if y'all become friends and how y'all can benefit each other in future classes and in future years in college. Like, you never know. Number 9 is to always be mindful of your surroundings, female or male, because the world is crazy nowadays and stuff happens to not only females but also to males. So always be aware of your surroundings, whether you're at a party, on campus, walking around at night, out with a friend. Like, it doesn't matter. Always be aware, because you never know who's looking or who's trying to, like, be on some weird stuff. You never know. So always be aware of your surroundings, and make sure you carry pepper spray or a taser. Like, get a form of protection for when you're by yourself, because in college, like, it's gonna be times where you're by yourself walking back to your dorm at night, or you have to get in an Uber by yourself late at night, and you just never know how people are, and you always have to be safe before sorry. So yeah, always be aware of your surroundings. And this is, like, they say this a million times, but truly, never leave your drinks sitting out anywhere. Never leave your friends at parties. Make sure you always move as a unit or a group, or if you have a friend, just stay with your friend, go to the bathroom with them, come back. And yeah, just always be aware and notice and pay attention, because it's a lot of things. It's not, when you get to college and you go to parties and you be out on campus, it's not always just college students that are your age. It's sometimes it might be grown people who just hang out on campus, or you never know, it might be crazies. Number 10 on my list is to maintain your relationships at home. This goes for the people who have, like, friends that they had, or like a relationship, or parents, anybody, just any relationships at home. Make sure that you continue to nurture and feed into those relationships that you genuinely want to keep, because at the end of the day, college, yes, you make your friends in college, but sometimes you don't. And sometimes the people that you meet at home and the people that you love at home are going to be your ride or dies for years to come over anybody that you meet in college. So when you get to college, don't try to throw your friends away. And yes, you might be busy, and yes, y'all might not talk as much as you did, but just make sure you maintain that relationship if that's something that you really care about. Because yeah, you need to love on your friends and your family, and any relationship that you have in your life, you need to love on them. And here's a bonus, my bonus point. Last but not least, number 11 is to learn how to save your money.
Learn how to save your money.
Money management is something that we learned in high school. Some of us may not have, but I learned it in high school, but it's just something that you don't really focus on. But money management is so important, especially when you get to college, because sometimes money can be scarce to come by and sometimes money gets tight. And I feel like if you have the knowledge of how to manage your money, then those times are less likely to arise. But if you don't know how to manage your money, you get a little bit of money and blow it all at once. So I feel like it's really important to learn how to save and manage your money so that not every little piece of money that you get is just being blown away and just spent on unnecessary things. And I feel like that goes into having a balance. Yes, it's okay to go out and spend money on extracurriculars, but sometimes you have to stay in the house and you have to save, and you can't go to the party and you can't get DoorDash and you can't go out to eat. It's gonna be 50-50 times. It's probably gonna be more times where you can't go out than you can go out. So I just feel like if you learn how to manage your money, you'll be able to balance those two things, and it just won't be so hard to do. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I have more videos coming to you on your nearest screen. And yeah, just keep in mind, these are my 11 tips that I have, really 10, but my bonus tip. Just keep those in mind, and I wish you guys the best of luck. Freshman year, if you're not a freshman and you're going back to school, whatever the case may be, I wish you luck. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe like I just said. And I'll see you guys on the flip.